Hey, that's a boat doctor. Hey, this is a beauty. A 2700 North River Seahawk offshore. Wow, she's a long one. That must be a 10-foot cabin. It's got the bathroom in it. Got the DEC motors, twin 200s, 3 rub rails. Pew, pew, pew. Right there, 1, 2, 3. Bumpers hit that, so you're pretty well protected. Half paint, no paint on the bottom. That's good. I got the radar arch up there, got the handrail all the way, the hood, forward leaning window, dual wipers, large welded bow rail, got the anchor pulpit plus a roller, so that's good, and it's tilted at an angle so your anchor will drop. 2-speed jack, heavy duty tandem trailer with the V-block. Fulton, I like those. They don't skid away on you when you drop them down. So if you forget a block, you don't. If you're on a hill, don't do that. But anyway, top mount coupler, brake fluid I checked. That's underneath that black cap. You got these are good. I like this flat flip. Got the pin that goes through to lock it. Right here, it's a 2 5/16" ball, heavy duty chains with shackles. So those suckers are beefy. You got the flat 5 on the trailer wire. That's an adapter you can get. You can just run a regular plug if you want. And you got 4x4 bunks with slicks with 4 strakes that helps lift. And you got a heavy duty reverse chine on this boat. If you can see that. That's what keeps this boat stable. And this little old Titan can pull her, believe it or not. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, now let's see what else we can tell you about this fine boat. Length's 28.4. Dead rise is 20. Hole entry up there is 55. 8.6 on the beam. The bottom, I believe, is an 8 foot and 1/4 inch. Transom's a 1/4 inch on the thickness. 36-inch sides, 190. You got fuel capacity, I believe, is 160 gallons. Dry hull weight is 5,700 without the trailer. Sea glaze sliding door, dual LED lights are nice and bright. You got your rocket launchers, you got your net holders, you got 3 cleats, 6 all together, 3 on each side, which is nice. Heavy duty tires. These are like 80 pound max cold. Carlisle's, they're ST235 80R16. So yeah, this is more than adequate for this boat. Gear about the oil hubs, torsion axles, discs on all 4. Brown good, white bad. If you see white, you probably got bad seal. But if you're driving a long ways and they kind of look frothy, wait until the next day before you get too excited. Okay, then on here, I imagine this is a T25 fuel injected. Yes, it is. You got the bigger hub, you got the 25 gear case, you got the right end through here for the back pressure escape, so you got more in reverse. It's power trim remote up front. There's your gas vents, and right under here you can check your bilge pumps. You got 2 heavy duties back there, and then you got a twin. You got a left and you got a right. The left hand cup, you can see it goes like this. This is a right, so left hand, right hand, tie bar between it. You got C-Star hydraulic. You got the heavy duty tie bar between that and the kicker. So if you get autopilot, just get autopilot for the main, then you'll have it for the kicker. Then you can run a King controller for throttle for that little kicker motor if you want to kind of do it from all over the boat. You got the trim tabs, you got zinc bars. This large hole here is for the center, right by that door there, fish box. Okay, I plug it from the inside. That way, sometimes if it gets really rough out there, I'll show you that box that I'm talking about. That other big one here, that's your main drain. Lube that up with some kind of like grease or a Teflon every time you use it, and pull it out as much as you can. If you're moored, there ain't much you can do, but just grease the hell out of that. If it's not in the water, take that plug out. Anyway, rear entry door, got the hydraulic lines coming through really nice. And Baby Sharks is playing. You got a pad up there that you can mount your electronics, DEC controls for the rear deck for the main, 703 control box for the kicker. You got your sink drain, bathroom drain, diesel heater, vents. Okay, really nice. We might have to tilt that bunk in and tighten it up. And then we can do the rest of this. I'll see how much time I got on here. 5:25, so I got enough time. So I'm going to do the dive ladder. You got your trim here. You got your freshwater flush here. Now, if you're just not going to start this and you're moored, do not start your motors. Undo this, put a hose to that. Turn full blast, let it run out. 8 minutes is fine. Do it when the motors are warm. So when you first get there, do it, and they'll do it. But if the motors are cold, you put your hand out here, P-tube right here, and it's just cold, don't bother. It ain't going to do you any good. So if it is cold, then you want to get the earmuffs and do it that way. The earmuffs does all 3 of these motors, and they all 3 got freshwater flushes. So you could always fire the motors up when you're moored, get them hot, and trim the motors up, and then use those flushes. But do not start the motors if you use those flushes alone. Okay, then we're gonna have a nice grab rail there, rear entry door, 4 downrigger pads, fuel tank is up underneath there for the sending unit and stuff. And in here there's a valve. There's your drain for your cell baler. This has got the good, this valve needs to be open like that because it's got a macerator pump. Okay, and you hit that to drain it. And now if you want to drain it without using the pump, then you park it on a hill or something like that, then open up the valve and it'll go out the back. Same thing over there. Then here's all your breakers. Leave them on. Then I turn on the heater and all that. You got your separate 12 volt for those. You got your batteries, should have 3 of those. Yep. And up underneath there's for your wash down, that's your Seahawk valve, and there's all your primer bulbs with all your Parker water separators with the bowls on them. You know, they're nice and all. I still prefer the Yamaha ones, the 10 microns. Those work fine. Those is good. You can just change the middle section out. That way you can see if you have water. So since you have those, maybe before you start the motors up, if it's been sitting for a while, look in there and see if there's a separation. You'll see it. If you see like a clear liquid in there, that's water. And drain that out. Fish boxes here, them are on a macerator, which is, and this is a wash down. There it goes. Courtesy lights are up underneath. I don't know if you can see them, but anyway, they're blue lights. Macerator, that's for the one box, that's for that box, and these are spares. Short power plug, I think, or that's for a battery charger. Let's see. Yep, battery charger. And then I'll show you how these work. Here's your starts, your switch stations right there, your trims right here. Then you come into here, you got your light up here, you got your handrails, nice here. These are nice touch lights. That's your carbon monoxide sensor. This makes into a bed, drops down, storage, bench. Nice layout. You got your sink. You hit the switch right there. There's your water. I just put some in there to test it. Refrigerator in here, and I'll show you. Make sure that thing is shut off, okay? Because that will drain your battery out. And that's a solar, which you can see. You can turn it on by this, and then you have a little dome light up in there too. But that's kind of nice to leave that on if you have that on. And that's off. Normally they used to have these things and they would be on all the time. They wouldn't shut off. Now you can at least shut them off, and if you turn the light on, that's a reminder. And light in there works. This is a pump style. You got a drain in here so you can wash her out. Light works. Storage. Right here's your pickups for your toilet, and for your discharge is that one, and then your valve is right there. See how it's locked? That means it's going into the holding tank. And this has got the Yamaha 6YC gauge. Under here is your holding tank. That holds quite a bit actually. There's your heater. There's your diesel fuel. I put some in there. There's your water tank. And that's just empty space right there. You got your footrest. You got your seats with this back adjustments. You got your nav lights, courtesy lights, deck lights, bilge works, macerator pump, that's for the toilet. And you got your port, starter, horn, USB, 12 volt power point, your heater, your start stop key switch, trim tab, DEC, nicely laid out. Then you got the touch light again. I like this flooring they put in here too. Keeps it warmer. Makes it look a little more classy, and then you can get to your electronics, wires and stuff through that. Nice deck area. Nice and wide, a lot of room. All right, this is the Boat Doctor. I'll see you on the Wataha. What do you say? Ka-ching, boom. I'm gonna drop the mic.